couple of months ago, I experimented with making homemade laundry soap. Since the product turned out really fantastic and I was pleased with the results, I decided to go ahead and make a video showing you guys how to make it yourself. I'm going to be making 3 gallons of laundry soap for pennies on the dollar. 3 gallons will roughly cost you about $40 in the store. The ingredients is quite simple. You'll need 1 cup of the 20 mule Team Borax, a half cup of the Arm & Hammer Super Washing Soda. The OxiClean is optional. I added it to my recipe because I like it, but you certainly do not have to add it to yours. I added a half a cup of the OxiClean, and the Phil's Nappa is a heavy-duty laundry bar soap. You'll be using the whole thing. You'll also need the 5-gallon bucket and a stir stick. It's as simple as that, so let's get started. For the Phil's Nappa, I was able to locate it at Ace Hardware. You might have to Google it to find it in your local area. A little tip: write the recipe on the side of your 5-gallon bucket. This way you're sure to have it the next time you go to make your homemade laundry soap. Alright, so here we have 4 cups of boiling water, and in this boiling water we're going to be adding our soap. Now the key to this is to make sure that you don't add too much soap at a time, because if you do, you're going to get this horrible bubble and it will be very hard to control. You can use the stir stick if you choose, because you're going to be using it later on in the 5-gallon bucket. I prefer my wooden spoon. So just add a little bit at a time. It's very important that you let it dissolve. If it doesn't dissolve, you're going to get clumps in your soap. So just take the time to mix it slowly and give it time to dissolve. Once you can kind of see that it's gone, you'll add a little bit more. And don't put it all in one area. Keep your water at a boil. And it is soap, remember, after all, so it will dissolve. Just use patience. The whole process, really, from start to finish on making homemade laundry soap really takes probably less than 10 minutes. And you can save most of that 10 minutes if you have your kids grade the soap. Tip number 2. I don't know if you noticed, but each time that I'm adding my soap, I've pretty much just got everything in my pot dissolved. So I'm just really taking it one step at a time. It looks like my burner's cranking up here pretty high. You do want to keep your water boiling at a high level, but it doesn't have to be raging hot. Turn my burner down. I'm getting out of control. Ah! Hold on. Alright, so our bar of soap is all melted down into the 4 cups of boiling water. And I just want to mention to you a couple benefits of making homemade laundry soap. One, of course, is the obvious. You're going to save a ton of money for your family. And if you're a do-it-yourselfer, there's a lot of satisfaction in making a product that your family will use. But there's no satisfaction in saving money while making a lousy product, and this just is not the case. This is a great laundry detergent, and I think you're going to be very happy with it. It does wonders in the laundry, and I'm pleased with the results. So it's well worth the time and well worth the price. The one thing that you can't detect is the aroma that this brew gives off. your whole home is filled with this clean, fresh scent. And that clean, fresh scent is going to last for about 2 days throughout your home. You're going to love it. I know I do. Alright, so I have my 5-gallon bucket already marked at the 3-gallon level. And there's a couple different ways that you can put the water in the bucket. Use your discretion.
If you have the patience and a nozzle like mine, you can do it directly like this.
Or you can get yourself a bucket like this and dump your hot water directly in. Now you will be adding very hot water to this mix. Now if you've let your soap mixture cool a little bit, make sure to go ahead and bring it back up to a boil and that there's no chunks in there, because they'll be very hard to mix with your hot water. So go ahead and make sure they're all out of your mix before adding to this hot water. Better that it's completely liquefied. So you just add it straight in. Next we're going to add the borax. That's 1 cup of borax into the mix. Nothing magic's happening there. Next we'll be adding a 1/2 cup of super washing soda. And our last ingredients is the OxiClean. That's a 1/2 cup of OxiClean. Give it your final stir. And go ahead and mix it real good here at the end. Alright, now you'll just put a lid on it and you'll let it sit for a 24-hour period. So our product's been curing for 24 hours. You should have a thick gel consistency. Something very similar to this. And that will continue all the way down throughout probably the middle of the bucket. Now you're going to want to stir your mixture thoroughly before putting it into your containers that you'll be using for your future laundry use. Smells so clean and fresh. Now you can save some time because you're going to find that there's quite large pieces of this gel form. And if you just want to put your hands in it and just break those pieces apart so that you can get it down into a liquid form. So you could take a spatula and push them against the side. It's a little bit more time consuming, but it can be done. You could have your kids get involved and have them do it. That'd be a fun family project. Doesn't really matter how you do it. You can find your own technique. So we've made enough detergent for 3 gallons. I like these 1.5 gallon buckets with the pour spout. So you need 2 of those if you choose that method, or you'll need 3 of these 1 gallon containers. I like to pour my soap into a more manageable container. It's important to note that you shake your laundry bottle prior to each laundry use. That way you'll break up any hardened gel and you'll get a lovely consistency like this.